I needed this today. If you need a reason to smile too today, take a look at this. Last week, footage of puppies roaming the Georgia Aquarium, which of course is temporarily closed, went viral. Now it's the kittens' turn. The Atlanta Humane Society brought the 6-week-old kittens to the aquarium to bring awareness to measures for having pets during the coronavirus pandemic. The Humane Society also wants to remind everyone that there is no evidence that pets can spread COVID-19. North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum has issued an order calling for tighter quarantine measures after announcing the state's 4th death due to the coronavirus. The governor says the victim was a man in his 70s from Emmons County who had underlying health conditions. He contracted the virus through community spread. The death was not included in an update released yesterday showing the case count at 225, up 18 from Sunday. Cass County still leads the state in positive cases, sitting at 65 in total. Burgum's newest order calls for anyone who tests positive for COVID-19 to self-isolate for no less than 14 days. It also requires anyone who lives with someone who tests positive to self-quarantine for 2 weeks. Governor Tim Walz says Minnesota has one of the lowest coronavirus infection rates in the country, but that people must not get complacent. The governor says that Minnesota has just 17 cases per 100,000 residents. He says Minnesota is testing at a higher rate than other states, but not enough to provide a true picture of the extent of the virus's spread. Walz says he's preparing to extend his stay-at-home order, which runs through Friday. The Minnesota Department of Health is reporting 51 new confirmed cases of COVID-19 and 1 additional death. The number of total positive cases is now 986. 30 people have now died from coronavirus in the state. Clay County is sitting at 19 cases. Minnesota and North Dakota health officials will release the latest numbers for COVID-19 later this morning. We'll have those latest numbers for you on your VNL News app. Cass County is warning people in rural areas to expect significant overland flooding. County officials say the Cheyenne and Maple Rivers are expected to have a significant rise today through Wednesday. Anyone who sandbagged in the past should expect to do it again this year. Cass County has 90,000 sandbags ready to go. It's now 8 minutes before 7. Let's get a check of that First Alert Storm Team forecast. And Lisa, we have had a lot of, rain recently, so we knew things were going to start to move again.
Yeah, we're seeing some places moving into those second crests now. And you can check those river levels right at our valleynewslive.com page. We've got a tab on our weather page there that you can check on the rivers where you are. And speaking of, we are looking at the Red River at East Grand Forks. And this about sums up what we're dealing with this morning. We've got those overcast skies in some places and the fog that's really affecting us here and bringing down our visibility and creating that murky feel. And then, of course, the red out of its banks at the moment in Grand Forks. We're at moderate flood stage there. The red just at the bottom of the Sorley Bridge here this morning. So, again, we're looking at more moisture that's been added to the system. There's moisture in the air. We've got the visibility that's down because of the fog. 3/4 of a mile, or 3/10 of a mile rather, visibility in Thief River Falls. We do have some improvement in Grand Forks at the airport, 2.5 miles there. But Elbow Lake, Wheaton, we have some rain down there too, where we may be dealing with also rain combined with fog. I do want to talk about, we had that severe weather overnight last night in the Southern Valley, a severe storm that basically went from the Breckenridge area, southeastern North Dakota, and back over through Lakes Country and Wadena, dropping some hail along the way. And a couple of places, official reports coming in from Wadena County of about an inch diameter hail or quarter size hail. And same thing in Wahpeton, Breckenridge. We had some viewers share their photos with us. So that's moving on. The severe weather has moved on. Still seeing some lingering showers, but we're also seeing some colder air out to the west and some moisture with that too that may impact us as we head further into the day. And we're keeping an eye on what's going on in Stutsman County because with the colder temperatures, it might be dealing with a little freezing drizzle or some snowflakes in that area. Temperatures right now into the 30s up in the northwest, some 40s, even 50 in Park Rapids. It's 38 degrees in Fargo. Your forecast for today, some 40s, upper 40s to near 60 in the south, the high of 54 in Fargo. Tomorrow, cold front sweeps through. We're talking wind, a lot of it, and a little bit of moisture with that too. Now for traffic, here's Devin Fry with the Valley Today's Traffic on the Move.
Thanks, Lisa. Now, it's no secret that the traffic flow has been lighter the past few weeks, but compared to what we've seen in these past few weeks, the northbound lanes of I-29 looking a little bit busier. Now, it's mainly this area from here up until Main Avenue in the northbound lanes. That area gets a little bit more compact. And overall, it's really not affecting traffic flow that much. It's just a little bit busier than what we've become accustomed to since the start of the lockdowns, as far as business closures and school closures and things like that. So overall, though, the traffic flow is still fairly wide open. As you can see in the southbound lanes, there's only one other vehicle around me. So things are really looking light everywhere else. It's just that one stretch in the northbound lanes of I-29 where things are looking a little busy. So good news there. Another piece of good news for our drivers in Moorhead, they're reopening a bunch of roads. Brookdale Road Underpass, Woodland Park Drive, Gooseberry Park entrance at 22nd Avenue, and 3rd Street South. So those are all reopening as of yesterday. It'll be our first morning with those open in quite some time. For your traffic on the move, I'm Devin Fry.
A Bismarck man was arrested for allegedly coughing on employees at a Mandan Walmart and saying he had the coronavirus. Police say 65-year-old Thomas Wrench was arrested on a terrorizing charge. They say he was upset about coronavirus precautions in the store and coughed on at least 2 employees, saying he hoped that they would get it. He later allegedly told police that he thought the coronavirus was a big joke. Wrench was medically cleared. His bond is set at $10,000. A Moorhead nursing care facility says it's taking steps to keep its staff and residents safe after a resident tested positive for COVID-19. The Moorhead Rehabilitation and Healthcare Center is putting restrictions on all visitors. This comes as the Meadows on University in Fargo confirmed over the weekend that a resident there tested positive. The CDC says 8 in 10 COVID-19 deaths have been among those 65 and older. Students and parents are still adjusting to the virtual style of learning, but there are some ways parents can help. The Valley Today's Abby Furchner joins us live this morning with some expert advice. Good morning, Abby.
Good morning, Lisa. Parents know that it can be hard to focus and can lead to distractions when working at home. So we can't always blame our students when they also start to lose focus while working on their schoolwork. But high school math teacher Mrs. Volk says that it's beneficial for students if we try to recreate that classroom environment.
Have a quiet place to attend class, try to keep distractions to a minimum, put your phone away or don't multitask during class time or when you're watching videos that you're supposed to for class or even doing homework.
Mrs. Volk also encourages students to reach out and study with friends during this time.
Just like in school during a free period, you might do some homework with friends, set up a virtual meeting space to do homework with friends. I know that it gets to still be a lot of screens, but that still gives you an opportunity to bounce ideas off of each other and collaborate.
Another piece of advice Mrs. Volk has is to give your student brain breaks throughout the day. This can, allow them to recharge and refocus so they can get back to their schoolwork. But this is a difficult transition for all of us. But hopefully just having your kids back into the classroom and learning with their teacher can help kind of mitigate any stress that we've been having these last couple weeks.
And I love that a lot of the teachers are now doing Zoom meetings so our students can see their friends and their teachers. They miss that interaction too. Abby Furchner reporting live.
Yeah, and Mrs. Volk too says that if you have any questions, you can reach out to all of your teachers too if your student is struggling.
Good point. You're not alone. So just ask those questions.
Right.
Thank you, Abby. Let's get our answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. Today's question: couples say this is one of the best ways to avoid arguments. What is it? We had a lot of great guesses this morning, but the answer to today's question: separate bank accounts. Remember, we post this question every weekday morning on our Valley News Live Facebook page. Go ahead and join the conversation. And let's get one more check of our Tuesday morning forecast with Lisa Green.
Good morning. It is looking foggy and murky out there at a lot of places. Seeing some signs of improvement in places like Fargo and Grand Forks, but check out Thief River Falls. We're at 0 for visibility, so still struggling there with some dense fog. Southern end of the valley to Elbow Lake down toward Wheaton, about a quarter-mile visibility for you. On top of that, we've been seeing some showers and some thunder showers early this morning. Still having some of those showers hanging around in Lakes Country. And then out to the west, more where that came from. Temperatures are colder there, so some of this is light snow or even some freezing rain. As our temperatures rise today, that should change over to rain, but some of our western viewers, you might want to watch out for that. Looking off to the east, we're starting to see that sunrise and temperatures rising back into those 50s for today.
Okay, thank you so much, Lisa. And we want to thank you for tuning into the Valley today. We want to reassure you that we're working hard to make sure you are staying informed during this COVID-19 pandemic.